yourself. We're deassembling today. This is part 3, well, day 3, I should say, of part 2. This morning we took the water pump off. Now we got to get the clips and then the pins out of the pistons so that way we could separate the block. So the way we're going to do that is I gotta go through my bag quick and I will tell you I believe it's this Torx bit. Yes. Okay. So we need what I have here is a Duralast 14. 14. I don't know if you guys can see that. We're going to put this on a big wrench and crack these big ones open. Now these are where the cylinders are. You got to line these up, take the pin out. There's also, I believe, metal seals in here. Yes. That you'll have to take off. We do need that crank bolt. So you can take the crank bolt and put it in. I'm just gonna get rid of that hardy residue that's on there. Make this a little easier to go on. And then we're gonna crank this over. Move this closer. Alrighty. Grab my wrench. And it doesn't really matter. It does in the case of the bolt. And this will just help me now crank it. Make sure you take out your flywheel holder, stopper, whatever you like to call it. And now I'm going to crank it to this hole right here. You're going to have to look and see when the piston comes down for its downstroke right there. Now, I'll take you guys with me, actually. I always keep forgetting to grab my flashlight. It's actually quite nice out today. This is weird. Got a nice bright flashlight so you guys can see what's going on. Hello, how are you doing? Alrighty. I believe it's in the back here. Yep. Alrighty. Got the flashlight. Now just keep it in there. And eventually I'm gonna put up like chargers and all kinds of stuff up on the wall, but probably do that this week. This past week I just cleaned up the entire shed. Now I gotta clean up all the tools so we can get this rolling. Alright, so I'm gonna flip the camera for you guys. And I'm gonna shine the light. I don't know if we should shine it in the bore, but there's that clip right there with the tabs. And that's what we're going to take out. So let me do that. And you should be able to do this easily with a pair of pliers, which I saw or had pliers. Needle nose, that is. Let's see if my dad's got it. I don't. I'll be right back, folks. All right. Hi, what's going on? Awesome. Thank you for viewing the stream today. All right, so what we're doing is we're taking out this pin. You gotta squeeze it just like that. And then you can let it go slowly. That's how you take the pin out. So, everybody's got different methods of taking the dowel pin out. So we're gonna go on the other side now. Which I may or may not need to take the engine off the stand. I'm assuming I'm going to have to. So give me one moment here. I believe these are 14s, if I'm not mistaken. Right. Yes. And we're gonna flip this. Motor's upside down. We're gonna flip it the other way. I have to clear out the bench in a minute. Let's see. Yep, it's gonna go this way. Alrighty. Just gonna flip her like that. Alright. You know what I could honestly do that will make my life 10 times easier that I just realized? I just took the pin out. There's a pin right here. Now I can just slide this whole entire thing out and put it up on the bench. Now putting up on the bench means I can take the flywheel off. I only put 2 bolts left in the flywheel. So it's hang tight. In the middle of trying to get Wi-Fi in the shed, everyone, because then I could use the GoPro and wouldn't have to keep moving the camera. I do apologize. I'm gonna put the motor right here. And we'll reposition the camera again. Put my tools in the corner. Alright. This may or may not work. You know what I could probably honestly do? Oh shit. Forgot to take this off. Alright, that's better. Let's see if we can just... There we go. That makes life a little bit easier. I got this one screw left in here. Alright. This one shouldn't be in the way. Okay, so now what we can do is take the back of this off safely without hurting ourselves here. This one was apparently loose already. I think this is a 17 if I'm not mistaken. Could be wrong. Yeah, it's 17. All right. Just want to get this nice and loose. How's everybody's day going so far? Mine's going all right, the norm. Perfect. I'll just zap this on my wrench. Bring you guys in for a flip. And we're going to take this bolt off here. Oh, I think that's tightening. Yes, it is. So I'm going to switch it. All right. And those are already loose. These are just studs at the bottom that lines up with the transmission. Alrighty. Put those there. Take these two out. Put them there. Now we can just slide this right off. Perfect. We'll slide this back in place. Alright. So you guys aren't getting dizzy. Okay. Then put the pin back. Alright. And we'll just put that in the corner. Believe these are 14s? Question mark? Yes. And they're loose on there. They're just hand tightened onto the crank right here. I just had these two bolts. When you go to get the cam gears off, which are on the heads, they are torqued down around 60, 70 pounds, foot-pounds of torque. It's a lot of torque. So you want, I keep the flywheel on here, so I have the flywheel stopper, so nothing hits. You know, I don't want the pistons hitting the valves and bending them while you're trying to take the cam gears off, because it spins everything. Alright. It's the flywheel. And I'm just going to leave these two bolts in the flywheel. These flywheel bolts are, do not want to lose. The first motor, I did that, and I had to go to a shop, and they gracefully gave it to me, but we do not want to lose them. All right. I do believe the next one is honestly through this one right here. Yeah, I'm pretty sure it's through there. And then I think we also got to take this off. Now, I don't know where I put it, but we had, oh, it's up here. Good thing I hung it, well, either me or my dad hung it back up, but this is a lifesaver. When you're trying to get regular screws off and you need a little something, a punch to get these bolts loose, you know? So I'm going to take a regular mallet. Again, I wish I freaking had. You know what? I'm going to do this. I'm going to put you guys over here. Twist the motor. That way you guys can see exactly what I'm doing. Alright, so you take this and your mallet, and I'm just going to give it a nice little... You got to twist while you're hitting. And what that does is it works these bolts loose. It makes your life 10 times easier. Say bam. Get this side too. Oh. Bam. 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 Might not get it right away, but they will come loose with a little bit of strength and a little bit of determination. All right. So I like to just take my regular screwdriver now and just take these out. Alrighty. Now this should, and this does have a seal. You're going to have to replace the seal in here, get a whole new one of this plate. And now this reveals the other side of the crank. Now, I don't know if you guys are going to be able to see it, but that is the other hole where the crank is. So now, we gotta turn the crank so that way it... God dang it. Gotta turn the crank so that way it lines up so we can get the other pin out. And we can take the pistons out eventually with this little doodad I have that I made up for the last one. What's going on here? The fuck? Alright. So, I also want to get this off because, excuse me, well, I don't want to damage this piece. It's only made out of plastic. So just do that to loosen it. There we go. And then kind of just got to play with it to get it on and off. There we go. We'll take this one more bolt off. This bolt is for your knock detection sensor, rather. Detects vibrations in the motor and whatnot. So, put that over here at the other parts. All right, now, actually, I'm going to take these bolts out as well. There's a lot of preparation to do. It's really not easy, to be honest. You got to have somewhat of an idea of what you're doing, at least. Don't do it this way, but I always like to put a little thread sealant on here just to make sure nothing leaks, you know. I'll clean this all up with a wire brush later. This is your oil pressure sensor for the block. So if you ever run out of oil, that sensor will detect no oil, and then the light goes off on the dash, and then, yeah, you're pretty much done by then. But that's besides the point. Okay, we'll put that over there. Okay, grab my crank wrench, and now we're going to crank it until we see. Okay, that. Now we're going to take, again, we're going to take these pliers, and we're going to squeeze and take out the clip. All right. Now at this point, we got to figure out forget which way. I think it's, we're gonna go on like that. Whoop, the opposite side. I think this just freaking moved it too. Yeah, a little bit. All right. Perfect. So I'm just gonna move this. I know it's not gonna be in the camera, but I did not take off that side plug. the... Hate it, folks. I put something down and then I lose it. There's a certain torques that I had on this wrench, and I don't think I threw it back in my bag. Oh, it's not underneath the motor, right? It's not underneath the motor. Huh. Well, that's weird. Did I possibly drop it in one of these two without even knowing? Possibility. I did not. Oh, gosh darn it. Okay. That's something to keep for later. I can't imagine that. I threw it back in here, but it's a possibility. Nope. I didn't. Okay. It's official, guys. I lost the damn thing. Oh. I grabbed it and I put it up on the shelf without even knowing. Alright. I'm going to flip the camera for you guys and I'll show you. Here's another plug. Freaking hate this setup. Oh, I can't wait. I'm probably, honestly, not going to do another live stream until I can get this Wi-Fi situated. I do apologize for all the shaking, guys. So we're just going to grab this and pull up, which normally these are a time and a half to try and get done. So... And actually, this washer came out. This is a crush washer. What happens is these are oil journals, which is why they have a crush washer on this. So you got to get new crush washers with these. Don't mess around when it comes to seals and crush washers, folks. All right. So now, what we're going to do is I'm going to take my handy-dandy flashlight here. And... where's that stroke? Let's go back. All right. Trying to get these types of pliers in here is a pain sometimes. I gotta make sure I got both. Both ends over here. Yeah. And then that's it. We have one more to get out, but I want to try and get these pins knocked out. So let me take a look here and see what. I forget exactly how I did this. I know this was a pain the last time to do, so. Oh, shit. Is that supposed to be like that? I honestly can't even tell you, to be honest. Yikes. Alright, so I'm going to stick the rod in here and see if... Nope. Try and get your real... I forget what tool they normally use. They use some sort of tool, but I normally just take a rod and... Some people do it and knock out the pin. You should start seeing the pin move out, hopefully. Is the pin coming through? No. Alright, let's try an angle here. Oh, I got the pin to move, actually. See. It's just such a pain in the butt. Just see. Gotta get the flashlight in here, guys. Oh. This is like time-consuming part, but I don't know if try and go the other way now. Nah, it's just gonna spin the crank bolt. And let's see. Let's take a solid hammer here. Put this rod straight. See, it's got the... I think I gotta pull the crank back the other way, so let me see if that's possible. This bolt's just spinning on me. Let's see. Well, you can see, kind of see the rod right here, but all right. Well, unfortunately, that's all we're gonna have time for today. I want to figure. Don't hold me to it. Either tonight or probably by the end of this week. I got to get that Wi-Fi thing there with the blue light. I got to get that up and running so I can start using the GoPro so I don't have to keep moving the camera around and whatnot so you guys don't get dizzy. So I'll see you on another episode of DIY How to Do It in Your Garage with an EJ 205 Subaru engine. Thank you. Comment, rate, subscribe.